you're one of the true.
He can't even say.
Wow, hard to say that.
One of the few true. The few true. All right. No, that tongue twisted me, actually. That actually tongue twisted me.
Words that Baroque rarely utters, and thus it is a struggle for him to say it.
Baroque's like, you're one of the few true.
You want to talk with me?
Yes, that thing we do with our mouths. I'm sure you have that at Nippon as well.
Yes, but it's you wanting to talk to me.
I'll be waiting in the cult room in 10 minutes.
Okay. Sure, just don't tell me. That's fine.
Or study abroad, same thing.
So here's why I decided to wait for another video for this. We're already 15 minutes in and we're still not done with this case. Anyway.
I figured. Anyways, okay.
Like I said, you underestimate our ability to ramble and go off tangent.
Hello everyone! KBTV Under Sun, welcome to the 4th case of the second grade Attorney game. We have done a slight roll adjustment just because of things to come. If you know, you know. Jigyoku has been moved off of Lewis and now on KV. So, just to alleviate certain things that are going to be happening. But we're finally in case 4, and Mikatoba is arriving. So let's continue.
For this case, the role of me will be played by KV, and I'm sure he will develop his own voice for it. And we all
I
look forward
appreciate
to
you
it.
for actually doing the voice so I could understood it. Yes.
Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're gonna do great things.
Yeah, definitely great things.
Professor Mikatoba is due to arrive at any moment.
Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time.
I was trying to get to the rolls, not make it move, but alright. Susato-san hasn't been the same since what happened. Not that I'm surprised. Dude, I mean, we all thought your friend was dead! And that too!
Yeah, the truth about Kazuma-sama's father.
I mean, it's a lot, Ryunosuke!
You know, a lot's happened.
Ryunosuke, wow, look at all these revelations. Anyways, how's the weather?
Do you suppose my father knew?
That he was actually the mass murderer? The professor, you mean?
Your father was the mass murderer?
I know that's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I'd say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they? Oh no, suddenly Mikatoba's the accomplice.
Yes, that's true. But I'm also not wondering if the person who came home wasn't actually my father, and the person we just saw actually was my father, and he was the mass murderer.
Dang, that's a twist that I'm not even sure Ace Attorney can go that far.
What the hell are you talking about? That is the most Ace Attorney twist I've ever heard.
Yeah, you're right. Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikatoba knew about Kazuma going missing in Hong Kong as well?
That's right. But for some reason, he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it.
That probably means he knows then. About Kazuma showing up here in London with amnesia, and that he's regained his memory now.
Is that why he called Susato back to Japan?
No, he called her back for something else, right? Oh, because she got too close about one of Sherlock Holmes' Sherlock's stories. I don't know who's talking, by the way.
I feel like this is either Mikatoba or Jigoku.
I think those are safe bets. What was on Mikatoba?
All right.
Hang on a second. It was somewhere down here. Oh, there she is.
There they are!
What's up, gamers?
I'm looking quite fancy in this suit if I do say so myself. Look at my amazing hair bun.
Oh, Father!
Hello, Susato. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're delighted you've arrived safe and sound.
Hello, Mr. Naohodo. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here.
Oh no, not at all. It's my pleasure.
Oh, we don't know who this is yet. Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, it's a total
Ryunosuke
mystery.
doesn't. Ryunosuke doesn't.
It's a complete mystery.
What? Ryunosuke met this guy.
Yes,
The
but
one
like he doesn't
time.
know that. But he doesn't.
Like, he
Yes,
even
he
has a
doesn't
different
know it?
voice. It could be anyone.
Well, I did this. I planned this perfectly. This was just as.
It could even be a boot.
It could even be a boot.
Well, hello there, I'm a Boots. We've heard all about your extraordinary exploits here in London, you know. The news has crossed the seas.
It has.
I always looked forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships of Britain.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man? Why do I feel as though I've seen him before?
Are we sure Ryunosuke doesn't have ADHD?
I mean, he probably does. Also, I'm just realizing, like, his beard, like, how do you keep that thing like that, man? That must take forever to style in the morning.
Right?
He's committed.
I take it from your expression you can't quite place me.
In that case, how about a little reminder, Seishiro? A firm tap should do it.
Yes.
What do you mean a firm tap? You're gonna hit me with a gavel? What? A firm tap? What?
Here we go then. I hereby now pronounce the offendant, the defendants.
Offendant!
It's been
No,
it's
that's
been
correct.
Quite a few days at sea, you realize. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Guilty.
Huh? Oh! You're... I love that.
And you were wearing those clothes back then too. Just like I had this voice back then.
It would be really funny if I voiced them for the flashbacks.
Do it.
Joy.
It would be really funny. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, you see, he sounds exactly the same.
Your Excellency.
Hello, Judge Jigoku. How are you? It's been a long time.
This is like a Fresh Prince Vivian situation.
Good, you remember that now. That really did the trick. Guilty!
You really like to give the guilty verdict, sir. Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? There was no laughing at the time.
I love giving people guilty. How much? I laugh about it. Like, in court? Oh, no, not in court. Why do you laugh about
that
it
would be
outside of
inappropriate.
court?
That'd be inappropriate.
So, London again after all this time. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back.
Neither did I. I didn't imagine Japan would ever be invited to an international symposium like this. Though really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's all thanks to you, isn't it, Seishiro?
What are you talking about, Eugene?
Of course, Judge Jigoku. He must complete the set. He's the other man who 16 years ago came to London with Kazuma's father and Professor Mikatoba. He's the third visiting scholar.
And also, he's your father.
Huh?
No.
What?
We needed to give Ryunosuke something, so we're doing this. Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took a rather a lot of time. I must say, I'm very envious of your Ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you?
I knew you were jealous. That's
not
the
a-
benefit of TSA pre-check.
That's not a yes. That's not a yes. You're not. All right. I guess you're just. All right. Okay. You're just gonna brag about it. Sure.
Sorry? Ministerial status?
Yes. Didn't you know? Seishiro here is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. It was his personal insistence that allowed you to take Kazuma's place here on his study tour.
Guilty as charged.
Oh, well, thank you very much. He's really every bit as important as he looks.
Ah, yes now. Naruhodo. I received a telegram from Lord Strongheart yesterday.
Oh, you did?
It appears that some things came to light in a trial you were involved with 8 days ago. About what happened 10 years ago. That tragedy.
Yes. Could you tell us any more about it? Why, yes.
Well, we could, but you have to first talk to us and present stuff to us.
Yeah, there we go. Professor Mikatoba, I wonder, could I show you something?
Why do you seem so nervous?
I suppose because I'm a student showing something to a professor. It's always quite nerve-wracking. Oh my god.
Well, I'm sorry I perturb you in that way, but anyway. I'm afraid I have nothing useful to say about that, really.
Oh, not that it has Kazuma's name and everything in it or something.
Not gonna ask me about it?
Uh,
That's kind of rude, Mr. Naruhodo. Guilty.
So, how was the voyage here?
Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards.
But it wasn't as bad when we first came 16 years ago.
No, that's true. Then I truly wondered if we wouldn't be drifting in the vast ocean for the rest of our lives. This time we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience.
Ah, yeah, relax and enjoy the experience and not have people get murdered.
Oh,
You
Hold
can't
on,
prove that didn't happen.
hold on. No one actually got murdered now that we confirmed Kazuma didn't die.
Well, okay, but at the time...
So you stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris?
We did, yes, though only for one night. And yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover.
Just in time for symposium, in fact. It starts tomorrow.
It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father.
It's thanks to Seishiro here. 16 years ago he managed to ingratiate himself with Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited. And I suppose you could say I'm something of an appendage by default.
Speak for yourself, Yushin. You were close friends with the Professor of Forensic Science at a major hospital.
Yes, well, I'd rather not dredge all that up, really.
No. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since then, but it doesn't bring him back.
Kazuma's father, I suppose. Speaking of, the professor, the killer who took the lives of 5 members of the British aristocracy, was actually Kazuma's father, wasn't he?
That's correct. Genshin Asogi.
Genshin. Not to be confused with Genshin Impact, please.
I was going to say he left an impact, didn't he?
Oh! I should have seen that coming, honestly.
Sorry.
What's the problem, KB?
It wasn't impact on me, that's what.
You knew, I presume, father. You gonna respond to that?
I'm just
No.
I'm just losing my mind.
Yes, he was a close friend at the time.
Genshin came to Britain as a police detective. He was studying investigative techniques at Scotland Yard. I never understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts.
It was a closed trial, so the public never knew the truth. And he was executed with little ado.
To this... Oh, sorry. I thought that was me.
No, it's fine. I understand. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even in our homeland.
But what about Kazuma? Did he know? Did he know the truth about his father?
Hey, Rinosuke, he literally sliced the man in half. I think you can make some guesses.
No, of course not. He was told his father passed away from sickness.
Was he now?
You know, the sickness of trial by murder. Yeah, that sickness.
However, I suspect he may have had his doubts.
Oh, why?
Because he was studying to be a defense attorney?
As you know, I tried to guide Kazuma growing up, as if he were my own son. Then one day he came to my office at the university and said,
I've decided. I want to travel to Great Britain and study there.
Do you think he wanted to come here to investigate his father's death?
I don't know. But when I looked into his eyes, I did know that there was no way I'd be able to stop him.
Something else came to light in that trial the other day, actually.
Oh? What?
Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong and been missing for almost a year, Kazuma has since turned up here in London, working as the apprentice of Lord Van Zeeks.
What?
What? That's news to us.
So, Lord Strongheart's telegram neglected to mention that part then. Huh.
How long do you think it takes telegrams to get there? Like, didn't this happen 8 days ago?
They said they received the telegram yesterday, so...
You know what? Actually, you're right. I don't know, man.
They were also on a boat, so that might have delayed telegram stuff. Who knows?
Still, the revelations that the case was found out after we realized Kazuma was still alive, so that's on Lord Strongheart for being a dick.
As you know, we both thought Kazuma had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January.
But he didn't die. He's alive. As you knew, didn't you, father?
He broke the curse of mentors dying. Yay.
In actual fact, no. What I did know is that when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished.
We sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong to try to ascertain what had happened, but to no avail.
But he's still alive? And here in London, you say? I never dared even to dream it.
Why on earth did the young man not make contact? The government and the police have been chasing clues fruitlessly for months now.
Yeah, about that.
Well, it seems that he was suffering from amnesia.
What? Amnesia?
When we first came across him again here in London, he didn't know who either of us were.
I see.
He only regained his memory 8 days ago.
This is unbelievable.
Yes, it's quite miraculous. I wonder why Lord Strongheart didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently.
I wonder how Kazuma's been these past few days. Would it be wrong of us to go and visit him? No, you're his friend.
Just be like, hey, can I still live here now that you know that I'm the son of the person who probably killed your brother? And Zeke's.
God.
Van Steek's like, no.
But Naruhodo has my college money to be here, so I don't have money.
That began 16 years ago now. It's a distant memory, really. It was Eugene here, Gensen and Asogi, and myself. We were the original three. The first judicial scholars in Japan to travel overseas to study.
Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you.
16 years ago. Things were tough for their generation.
Oh my god.
And one day they started learning how to read, and then we're gonna get mad at them because how dare they learn to read instead of memorize stuff like everyone else did.
Wow.
Your father was an exceptionally fine medical student at the Yume University at the time, you know, young lady.
Yes, grandmother told me.
He went to do research at a great London hospital to study autopsy, practically unheard of in Japan.
Yes, it was an eerie place, sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground.
Wait a minute.
That's pretty ominous. Ugh, not more talks of graves.
Why were you at the... Okay. I pretty much am sure I know where he was studying, which is even more concerning now, but okay.
Very often, there's no one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work.
What a thing to say! Like, I know what they're saying, but also, what a thing to say! This is, what a thing to hear out loud! So you see, autopsy labs have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons.
Not my cup of tea at all.
Well, your profession's unfortunate, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, he is an English major.
I don't have a retort for that. Anyway... Do you remember that Scottish prison governor? Caden, his name was. He was a good man.
Yes, but then of course, in our 6th year here, everything changed with that dreadful case. When Genshin was arrested for a series of the most gruesome murders of people's wallets.
I simply couldn't believe it. I'd known the man for years.
I was a witness at the secret hearing and I tried to speak in his defense, but...
But you went a little too far and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you?
Well, suffice to say that after the trial we were sent back to Japan.
There was nothing more we could do to save Genshin. He was a lost cause, sadly. Well, if you'll excuse us now.
Like, can't we, like, help you, like, take your bags to your room or something? Like, we can still walk and talk.
Yes, I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have held you up here for so long.
I'll call for the porter then. Just wait here.
Sasato-san's gone off at a run.
I'd like to stay and talk more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. It must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. No pressure. I wish you the best of luck. No pressure at all.
Naruhodo, I hope you'll keep an eye on Sasato for me. Keep looking after her, as you obviously have been.
Oh no, I mean, if anyone's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me.
Well, I do appreciate you being here for her. Being there for her. After all, I've been a miserable father to her. I've thoroughly let her down.
Sorry? What do you mean?
Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Britain, as you know. The very year Sasato was born.
Yeah, I heard.
The birth of my daughter was the most joyous event of my life, but... well, sadly, it was accompanied by the most tragic event of my life, too.
Oh. Yeah. Susato-san hinted at something like that.
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Anyway, I won't bore you with the details.
You can't just say that and not tell us anything.
I will not bore you with the details. They're not for you to
can't
hear.
just do that.
How do you know if they're boring?
Yeah.
I won't bore you with such talk. The point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. And it was then that Seishiro offered me the opportunity to study here in Great Britain.
I was too worried to leave you behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London.
So, that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I now feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as I dare. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say.
I completely understand, Professor.
One other thing, Naruhodo. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you?
Well, the thing is,
I'm so sorry it took so long.
Oh my god, it's that guy.
Mr. Sato. The
Yeah,
horse-drawn
then.
carriage guy. Yes. Horse-drawn carriage guy. Yeah. Sorry.
And allow us to take your bags.
Who was the
voiced-
porter at the time? I
who
think that
voiced
was you, KB. Was that you?
Allow me to take your bags!
we're all just like, oh god, who was he?
Just like,
One moment,
I
would you
remember
please,
that character. Remember who voiced him? No.
It's like, oh yeah, I remember him. Who's that guy?
He was in case 3. That's all I remember.
Of course, sir!
Case 3 with Mr. McGill did. He was the horse-drawn carriage man. That's all I
It's me! I'm back, baby!
remember.
That machine around your neck. It's a camera, I believe.
Quite right, sir. Just 5 shillings for a lovely photograph to commemorate the wonderful stay at the hotel, sir.
Well, I think given the occasion, we could justify the expense.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm not drinking on the job.
Okay.
Reno's the case, like, if I do anything wrong, I will get a guilty verdict. It does not matter.
I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Naruhodo. Yesterday made Father very happy, I think.
Oh, well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before. Professor Mikoto was about to ask me something.
Shall we turn to Baker Street then? I expect Iris has some delicious tea waiting for us.
Yeah, let's go. Actually, I'm getting more and more anxious about Kazuma, though. Perhaps
not
I'll
gonna-
try to meet with Lord Strongheart later and ask after him.
Not gonna get more anxious about like his story about like, hey man, so this happened. My daughter was born. It was amazing. This bad thing happened that you can probably fill in the blanks. So I'm not gonna tell you what exactly it was. And then I got invited to go live somewhere else for a bit, and I was like, yeah, screw fatherhood.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Also, I am not painting any death legs on me because it definitely seems like he's painting death legs on him.
Have you seen all these sparkling jewels up there? They must have gathered every gem in the world for that.
Oh, Naruhodo, you sweet idiot.
It's called a chandelier, I believe. It's designed to provide elegant lighting in large, spacious rooms like this.
So they had to gather every gem in the world just to illuminate one room?
It's not every gem in the world, you idiot!
It's probably electric light bulbs that are actually throwing the light.
If I try to hang something like that from the ceiling in the office, it would be scraping on the floor.
I think perhaps chandeliers aren't for you, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm sorry, his logic is so good.
Just like, what? Why would you?
Have you considered you're not the target audience?
I just like Naruhodo. I am very confident and I know things. Naruhodo, you on most days. Hey, what's that? That looks kind of stupid. We probably shouldn't have that. It works here though, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, I don't like it.
That desk is known as the hotel reception. Anyone wanting to spend the night has to report there to sign in for the stay.
Oh, so do you think that's the head clerk behind the desk there?
Yes, I'm sure it must be.
I'd love to stay in a grand hotel like this for a little while, wouldn't you? Just to know what it's like.
If the hotel fee was paid through a stipend, I'm afraid it might bankrupt our homeland.
True. London gives the word expensive a whole new meaning.
Why can't you? I mean,
No, I think it gives the
Naruhodo.
word expensive the same exact meaning.
No, I mean, Naruhodo, sucks to be you. You're probably just gonna have to go stay where you're staying. But Susato, couldn't you go like bunk in your father's room for a night?
I didn't quite mean to go here yet. Oh, we just brought the mask back here. Okay. The 1st of
The
November.
mask?
The
The
mask.
mask. Sorry.
We just brought the mask with us. All right. Sholmes is sweet. Wee. What is that?
I think it's a violin.
What was that?
I've heard screaming in the most unflattering way.
It
That's
must
a
be
scream?
Sholmes. Stand back.
Do you think... Could it have been Mr. Sholmes? Oh, wow, even Miranowski was thinking it.
Oh my, I do hope not.
Oh.
Who are you?
Final? That's you crying, apparently.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We I don't wanna do it anymore.
Mon ami. Stop the disgraceful display. Who are these people? Look at their hair. It's bright red.
I think they must be clients of Mr. Sholmes.
Right, you two. You're coming with me now. Down the clink.
Oh, me again. No, not in prison. It's dark and damp and I don't like it.
If it helps, he's Italian.
Oh, so Mario, got it.
Yes,
I pitched
yes,
Mario.
Yes.
Okay, so I got Mario again. No, wait, I got Baby Mario. Okay.
You got Baby Mario!
Let's go! Oh, the darkness. It is my friend. I am not scared.
You were always scared of the dark.
Shut your mouth, you idiot! I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next daring heist.
I don't like this. I don't like it. Where is my Yoshi?
You're wearing it.
Oh, right.
Well, Tough. We'll finish down the yard. Now get moving.
Bye, Dungeony. Have fun.
Yeah, I don't think I am, but you know. Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks, you great detective.
Where is the great detective, actually?
She makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she?
Oh, Susie and Bruno.
Hello, Iris. We're home.
Well, did you find your daddy?
Yes, we arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend.
Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I'll get to see my daddy again soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Dr. John H. Wilson.
So, Iris, all that remains now is the greatest problems known to man.
Howl?
Huh?
Are you Howl from Howl's Moving Castle?
Huh?
Explain.
No. But before we concern ourselves... But before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order, don't you, my dear fellows?
Oh?
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
Many things, but continue.
Do I have a crumb or such like on my face?
Not so much on your face as on your head, I'd say.
Come along then, everyone. I've brewed a lovely special blend. Time for tea.
Whatever is going on here today?
I have several questions.
In that case, let us sit and drink now. For I am, in fact, expecting a guest later today.
Oh, okay. Huh?
Good for you, Sholmes.
Well, we're gonna talk about his red head in the next video because we're kind of out of time. So, we'll just leave it here and see you all then.
I can't believe it. Sholmes was the ancestor to Red Herring from Scooby-Doo Kids.
I hate you.